stack, and they both ended up chopping. And another hand where Vivian had aces and Berkey had king jack. He flopped a jack top pair, couldn't get away from it. He got stacked, he reloaded in, and for the most part, it has been 3-bet Thursday. A lot of stuff has been happening. Aside from the gameplay, me and Jared have been bonding as new friends, and we had a lot of debates back here. He's been giving me insight on high-stakes poker. I've been giving him insight to the LA poker community scene and some of the troll hands that we've been playing. And in this hand right here, we are going to find out what is going to happen as this 2 of clubs comes out on the board, and that gives 2 pair to Aussie Al. Andy with the ace-queen. Aussie Al has been having a lot of downswing tonight. He's been running into it. He's down about 100K, a little bit over that. This is his opportunity to get it in. I think he's going to go big, but how much does he put into this $5,100 pot? 3,500, a.k.a. Kevin Durant.
Yeah, not a bad bet sizing here. He's trying to get called by every ace and maybe even some nines, some jack 10, some stuff like that. And Andy's not going anywhere, of course.
Andy for sure calls. Chase Hill, only Huss from Australia, has played Octo Crab, and he tried to get it through, but it did not work.
Okay, brick on the river. 2 pair good now for Aussie Al. Let's see how much he wants to bet.
Overbet the pot. If he knew what Andy had, obviously, he would overbet the pot. So
yeah, and I think he'll bet medium. I think he's going to bet like 8K.
I'm going for hopefully 15. We're in the last hour of this stream. I think he knows the time. But he goes thin.
3? Yeah, so even smaller. Yeah, with 2 pair, I think I want to get a little more value here. I think he's always getting called here by ace-queen. Which is nice. It's good to make sure you're going to get called, but...
And the shot clock on...
What? Was he a raisin coming in here? What
13.
is this?
Oh, all in. This is Aussie Al's moment.
Holy.
He calls and he gets paid. Wow. Wow. And Aussie Al gets it back. He was down 100K. He gets some of it. He at least doubled up from 48. $54,200.
Was that an all-in, though? I don't know if that was.
That was an all-in. He said all-in. He didn't... I had a computer 10 as a child. I did not like outside as much. I like to be at home playing video games.
Yeah,
we used to play
I had a balanced childhood, but I enjoyed some video games myself as well.
I really enjoyed watching poker as a kid.
Did you?
Like 8, 9 years old on ESPN.
Oh, cool.
The Poker After Dark, when I'd stay up after my parents go awake, was my favorite show in the world. And
Nice.
it influenced me well into my age now.
Yeah.
And now I'm here with Jared.
Look at you now. Yeah, you know, I didn't start getting into poker till later in life, but I definitely enjoyed some of those shows as well.
Oh no, the flush draw for both of them is there, and if another club comes on this river.
You play with Michael?
This is also 3-bet Thursday. This pot was 3-bet.
Yes, indeed. That's what I was going to say. We got another 3-bet pot.
And there's a 3,000 from Aussie Al, and Andy's going to call with his nut flush draw. And a club. Come on. Deck.
There we go. There we go. Let's see what proceeds here on this river. There is a paired board, but knowing Aussie Al and Andy, they're both capable of just making a value raise here. So if Aussie Al bets, he is very likely going to face a raise from Andy.
Yeah, and Jay in the chat letting me know, Cairo, the Octo Crab. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Octo Crab, but that is my favorite hand.
What's the Octo Crab? I don't know what that
8-3.
is. Oh, I see. There we go.
So
Makes
it's an
sense.
Octo Crab boat,
I see.
if you had it in your hand.
Got you.
And there's a $10,000 bet from Aussie Al. And he's going to just...
He's clicking it.
He's clicking it? No, it's
A little more.
27,000.
It's a big bet. Pot-sized bet on a paired board, but...
And with a king, you're not getting away from it.
Yeah, and I mean, Andy's got the nut flush here, but it's very hard for him to be bluffing.
And he just calls.
Yeah, brutal.
And he shows him the one over that he did not want to see, and he mucks his cards down.
$64,000 pot there, biggest pot of the night that's been pushed to one player. We did have a $180,000 pot that was chopped.
And that's hand 20.
Yeah.
And it's a Nintendo 64.
And it's, You know, buying in shorter does put you at a disadvantage in some ways, but in other ways it just makes it easier to make decisions. You know, you saw one time he overbet shoved the river once because he had the stack size to do that with. 3-bet Thursdays continue here. King 10 offsuit this time from Berkey.
And Andy with the pocket jongs.
Cold
Jong
call from
has
Jong.
Jong has the queen 10
You can
suited
only change
spades.
up to 100 here? And then,
Yeah, and it just makes sense for
like
Andy
per
here
person?
just to call.
This
He
is
could
the
four bet,
this
but
is the three-way flop I wanted to see with these three players.
You have to go through
Oh my God,
a bunch of
Okay.
hoops to get it raised.
just the top set for Andy.
Berkey with the worst of it in the best position. I'm
Yeah,
not
doesn't make sense for Berkey to bet more here.
nobody with the ace, but that's actually what Andy was looking for.
Yeah, Berkey now with a gutter, and Zhang's got a double gutter. See how Andy reacts here. He's got
He could hit
a set of
9,
jacks.
He could hit a king. He bet 5,200. Andy's gonna bump this up and well into the 5 figures.
You think?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if he just calls, but
I would like to see 18,000 plus.
pretty
Dang,
close.
Price is Right rules. I lose by
Pretty
$600.
close. Yeah, he went over there, and
I would like to see 18,000 plus, but what Andy said is no Cairo. 17-4.
yeah, and we've seen this happen in a lot of spots today where players have a really nutted hand and they raise, and then the opponent just doesn't have anything. They're bluffing, and if they would have just called, they could have squeezed a little more out of them and do some more bluffs. But I understand, you know, some of these boards are a little scary. This board, not that scary, but I think the idea here with Andy is these players just don't like to fold, so might as well raise it up. Okay, well.
No way.
Did he raise here or did he call?
He called.
Called
But
with-
both would have been shocking.
Called with the double gutter. He hits a pair on the river.
Damn.
Would have been fun if he hit the straight to see what happened.
If he would have hit that king,
Yeah, that
okay.
would have been nice. But
he quickly checked into Andy, and now Andy, there's 44,500 in the pot. I think 27.5 is the range he's gonna go for. Let's see. Cairo predicts.
you're looking pretty close there. I think that maybe that's bigger than that, but I could be wrong. Maybe like 35K.
48,000.
Oh, overbet city. So in this spot with the overbet, what hands are we trying to get called by here? Maybe some two
King
pairs. I mean,
King 10. Berkey had King 10.
King 10's the nuts, so he doesn't want to see that hand.
So Berkey's probably upset on the inside because he did have the King 10.
Yeah, but he just had a gutter, and you know there was a big bet on the turn, like he really can't call.
I mean, yeah, of course he doesn't call, but I mean, if you're a poker player, you know what I mean. You're just like, man, I would have ran good.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, Berkey doesn't care.
Yeah, you know what? He's a statue. He doesn't care.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't think in these ways where it's like, oh, if I would have got there, because there's a 0% chance he was ever seeing the river.
Yeah. And Zhang folds. Andy wins $24,100 in profit.
There goes a double up. right? You missed
Pretty
it
nice
now.
pot for a set of jacks there. Think through, and then you have your time banks.
JJ saying Jared is sus. Oh my God, Andy has pocket Andys again.
Fold, fold.
I've been told I've been sus many times before, so I.
Oh,
you know,
Berkey
embrace it.
had the octo crab against aces. It was nuts
Oh.
versus nuts. Berkey, no.
Disciplined fold by Matt.
8-3
Berkey
on the
here.
flop. There's a 3. It was somewhat. It hit.
Okay, he would have been a cooler if he played.
Oh,
not
but
this
Vivian
time.
had the other 8. I don't think the 8's coming now. There's only 2 8s left, if I'm correct.
Vivian with a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw.
This is tough for Vivian.
Did she just raise?
She reloaded, though, if you haven't noticed. Look at the,
Oh,
the
yep.
graphic.
Yep, too rich.
She reloaded, I believe, 80K. We'll try to get that confirmed soon.
And I believe she just check raised. She did indeed. She made it 3,400, so pretty small check raise. And there's her flush draw coming now on the turn. Also pairs the board. So kind of a scary card for Andy. Players will check raise top pair quite often in these spots.
Look at the space background.
I
there.
love it. Yeah, that's really nice.
To another dimension, another dimension.
He looks like his eyes there. He looks like he was in another dimension.
And that is a diamond on the river, not a heart. And Vivian representing the diamonds here. Let's go, Vivian. Can she snipe one away from Andy with aces? Pocket Andy's.
Andy's got a good blocker, though. He's got the ace of diamonds, so she cannot have the nut flush draw. It removes a lot of the flush draws that she would be check raising.
Do you know what Mike Tyson calls Andy's hand?
What?
Pocket eighth.
Oh, yeah, of course. Pocket eighth. Duh.
And
Well, pocket
he
eighth
calls...
is good there. Nice.
Dang, stone cold murderer right there.
Yeah,
Andy.
you can never fold there. So he's always calling you because he called very quickly.
They call him Andy's accent.
Oh, no.
But you guys got to get to that 200 likes quickly. We can't sit here and wait. And I see the numbers are flying up. They want to see you sing in your Australian
Wow, I was
accent.
not prepared for this, but you know, if we
You
get to
are
the
an
200 likes,
improv
we'll see what I can
actor.
do.
You're not only trained in acting, you're trained in improv. And on 3-Bet Thursday, what else would happen besides Andy Stacks 3-betting with Ace King offsuit?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of good hands to 3-bet with, but Huss did not come here to fold.
No, and Huss is in position to represent this bottom low board. And he goes for it immediately, 3,000. Andy drawing to a 4 here, or one of his overcards.
Yeah, and that's kind of an interesting way that Huss, if you saw there, he immediately bet, just like snap bet.
That is a good way to put it, snap bet.
To me, that's kind of a sign of weakness a lot of the time. Player's not really thinking. He's like, I'm going to bet.
And there's another nickel.
Yeah, and it's not the worst card for Ace-King, but this is a 3-bet pot. I don't know if he knows Huss too much to know that he's this wide here.
64.
$6,400. Nintendo 6400.
But you can see Andy's pretty suspicious here. He's not going away.
Not going nowhere. Andy does have 86% equity, you guys. And
Okay, interesting river card. Huss has to know he cannot win this pot by checking.
no, and Andy checks right into him immediately. Can we call that a snap check?
Yeah, that was a snap check.
And he I love the hand motion. He said, 21,000. 21,
Nice.
21.
Trying to put on a little show here. And I can just tell Andy is very suspicious of this line.
Andy's seasoned like your favorite meal. He knows exactly what's going on here.
It's still hard to call off a pot-sized bet.
But Huss was like, 21, can you do something for me?
He does let it down. It's pretty hard to
Wow.
to call down on here, and it looks like he just got showed the bluff.
Huss just showed him the bluff, but he made $11,300 with Jack 8 offsuit into Andy's stacks.
5 kings, I call.
This
Nothing better. That's why these guys come to play on the stream, because they want to make plays like that.
You're lucky
I know.
That is
We did
making
this
it to
to me
the
before.
internet.
You're lucky I didn't have kings.
You're lucky I didn't have kings.